Bonjour, it's Tom Padula from TomPadulaTV on YouTube and Insegna Booksellers. And today is, it's another Friday, of course, and it's the 28th of April 2023. And this is lesson 56, and we're going to go to lesson 60, and then we'll take a break from, this particular series. Well, it'll be finished. The next one will be series 2, but it'll be a different time. Whenever I can, I will continue with the work in French, parce que je veux apprendre la langue française très mieux pour moi, for myself. I want to improve it. And if you don't live in France and you are, of course, learning the language as an adult, you have to be very patient with yourself, because there are some things that you can do on your own that will give you great pleasure from the learning of the language. So this one, for example, I've chosen songs, some, sketches, theatre, poetry reading, just the general reading, and reading of short stories, novels. There's a lot that can be done, because the language is a constructed language. In other words, once you manage to build up your word bank, and once you manage also to do your reading correctly, even if you get a few mistakes here and there, it doesn't matter. But generally, if you can read, you'll be able to understand what you're reading. Then that opens up a whole new world for you. However, the speaking part is the tricky one, because everyone wants to speak to other people in French and speak with the French native speakers. But, one has to live amongst the French. One has to have French parents or French relatives who speak to you in French. So the actual time factor where you are together with an environment where French is spoken is important. So here in Australia, we can go to New Caledonia, we can go to, there are 50 countries in the world, around that many that speak French. So when you're traveling, you will come across French-speaking countries, and of course with your English as well. And it's easy. It's easy to sort of delve into it. But, regardless of which language is spoken, if you are in a country where those languages are spoken, where each language is spoken, you only need to learn a few phrases just to show that you are interested in the learning of languages and the culture of the people who speak that language. Lately, I've sort of asked a couple of people, would you like to learn another language? No, English is enough for me. That was the answer. Incredible. But why? People have different interests, and maybe learning another language is not one of them. One has to accept that. But for me, I get great pleasure out of it. And I also want to talk about it and want to discover a lot more from, the rest of the world. And that's why now I'm doing as well world history at the University of the Third Age. I had my first workshop last Wednesday, 2 days ago, and it went okay because I have 65 presentations that I want to review with that particular program. So, things are moving on with Tom Padula and TomPadulaTV. Now, I was thinking, once, I've liberated myself from the Italian lessons and the history lessons, for a month now, and I thought, now that I will also finish off with French, and then with the Dante Alighieri on a Sunday, I thought, how can I get around it so that people my people who watch TomPadulaTV. What about TomPadulaTV on Facebook? You can come on. To my page each day and just check out what I have on offer. And I'll make it interesting in the near future by having different topics and different content that I will delve into. And I hope that you will follow me and let me know whether, in fact, you enjoy what I do on my Facebook page. It doesn't matter there are so few people. At least, if they communicate their interest to me, I'm very grateful. The other one, the big one, of course, is the learning of songs. Learning the lyrics of songs and concentrating on that, and hopefully I'll be able to do something about that on a Wednesday at Federazione Lucana, and also on a Sunday, last Sunday of each month, with a small group of people. And you can do that too, with your own small group of people. And we're lucky to have our phones, our hand phones, whether it's an iPhone or whether it's Samsung, whatever it is, as long as you can access the lyrics of songs, and YouTube as well, accessing the original singers, very important. Okay, so the challenge is, for example, how many Chinese songs do you know? How many Turkish songs do you know? How many Indian songs do you know? How many all of the other languages songs do you know? The world is a very interesting place, and languages are part of it, and it's truly a Bible all around. And on that note, I'm going to start with Le Magasin. Le Magasin, here we go. Word bank, don't forget, we listen first, and then I'll show you the words, okay? So, first thing first, cheers to you. Okay. Les bananes. Les bananes. The S is not pronounced. Le pamplemousse. La laitue. Les raisins. Le chou-fleur. Les pommes. Les carottes. Les poireaux. La citrouille. Le concombre. Les citrons, le céleri, les haricots, les cerises, les abricots, le chou, le melon, les champignons, les oignons, les tomates, les pêches, les petits pois, les ananas, les pommes de terre, les framboises, les épinards, les choux de Bruxelles, les fraises, les oranges, le sac, la caisse, la balance, l'argent, le porte-monnaie, le chariot, le sac à main, les bouteilles, le panier, le yogourt, les saucisses, la viande, les bocaux, la farine, le poisson, les œufs, le poulet, le fromage, le beurre, le pain, les boîtes de conserve. As you can see, these are words that belong to a shop or a supermarket, in today's world. Here we go. I'm going to show you the actual pictures of what we've done. Okay, le magasin is like a shop or a supermarket, whatever you want to. Les bananes, le pamplemousse, la laitue, les raisins. Now, the idea that if you don't know these words, you can look them up in a dictionary or use your handphone to look them up. Look up the words that you don't know. Le chou-fleur, make a list, word bank. Les pommes, les carottes, les poireaux, la citrouille, le concombre, le citron, le céleri, les haricots, les cerises, les abricots, le chou, le melon, les champignons, les oignons, les tomates, les pêches, les petits pois, les ananas, les pommes de terre, les framboises, les épinards, le chou de Bruxelles, les fraises, les oranges, le sac, la caisse, la balance, l'argent, le porte-monnaie, le chariot, le sac à main, les bouteilles, le panier, le yaourt, les saucisses, la viande, les bocaux, la farine, le poisson, les œufs, le poulet, le fromage, le beurre, le pain, les boîtes de conserve. So that's it. If you can see épicerie, pain, poisson, viande, fruit, etc. Like in a supermarket. Fromage, etc., etc. So that's part of building up the word bank. The word bank for languages is very important. And you have to remember the words. For example, in this particular case here, I have started teaching for term 2 at the University of the Third Age in Baldwin. In Baldwin they call it Dibteen, but it's really Baldwin. We started with the verbs because I want people now to concentrate more on writing short sentences in French. So if you have a verb, for example, to have, I have, you have, he has, she has, we have, you have, they have in English, but in French it's j'ai, tu as, il a, nous avons, vous avez, ils sont. So j'ai les bananes. Tu as la laitue. Elle a le chou-fleur. I didn't say she has bought, but acheter is to buy. So tu as acheté, you have. So that's a past tense, so different. So you've got, with the verbs, once you inquire about the verb and you can express yourself in the present, or you want to, j'aurai, I will have les cerises après-midi. I will have my cherries in the afternoon. So you can make the sentences up. Very important, very important. So, as I said, if you are really interested in learning French and you want to follow my trails, what I'm suggesting that you do, then contact me and, come and get your resources. You don't have to get them all at once, a few at a time, and build up your resources alongside your willingness to learn and your, keeping your interest alive and doing those exercises of reading aloud and singing, etc., etc. Okay? Now we're going to do some of the grammar. And as I said to you, the grammar is not the language. So welcome to Teresa Alta Italia. Very happy that you'll come on. Thank you very much. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do here is we said that we did the prepositions. Now, the prepositions are important because they're one of the 9 parts of speech. And the prepositions are not a part of the invariable side of the parts of speech. And I'm going to read you the prepositions, both in French and in English, and then I'll show them to you. Okay, following is a list of some common prepositions. A, to, at, in or on. A in French can express the following prepositions in English. To, at, in or on. Après, after or next to. Avant, before time. Avant, avec, with. Chez, at or to, chez moi, at my house, sort of thing. Chez votre maison, at your house. Contre, against. Dans, in, inside, into. De, of, from or with, etc. The preposition de in French can be translated into English depending on the sentence and the content. Okay. Dans, inside, into. De, off, from or with. Depuis, since, from. Derrière, behind, after. Teresa Altitali says, ciao Tom, ciao Teresa. Okay. Devant, before, in front of. Durant, during. En, in or to. Entre, between, among. Envers, towards, moral tendency, envers. Hors de, outside, of. Jusque, until, up to. Malgré, in spite of. Par, by, through. Parmi, among. Pendant, during. Pour, for, in order to. Plus an infinitive. Près, near. Sans, without. Sauf, except. Selon, according to. Sous, under. Suivant, following. Sur, on or upon. Vers, towards a direction. So these prepositions here do not change. They're invariable parts of speech. So you don't have to know them all, but as you move on with your reading, you'll be able to identify a lot of these, because they are the ones that then extend the simple sentence into a more complex one. Now, following is a list of principal prepositional locutions, they call them. Prepositional locutions. In other words, it's more than one word, but they're like prepositions. Okay? À cause de, because of. À côté de, besides. Afin de, in order to. À force de, by means of. À la mode de, in the manner of. À l'exception, except. À l'exclusion de, to the exclusion of. À moins de, unless. À raison de, at the rate of. À travers, through. Au dedans, inside or within. Au dehors de, outside of. Au-delà de, above, beyond or past. Au-dessus de, below. Au-dessus de, above. Au lieu de, instead of. Au milieu de, in the middle of. Auprès de, near. There's a lot of locutions here, for principal preposition locutions. Autour de, around. Aux environs de, in the vicinity of. D'après, according to. De façon à, so as to. D'une manière à, so as to. De peur de, for fear of. En bas de, at the bottom of. En dedans de, inside. On the inside of, within. En dehors de, outside of. En dépit de, in spite of. En face de, in front of, or facing. En haute de, at the top of. En raison de, because of. Grâce à, thanks to. Hors de, outside. Jusqu'à, until, up to. Jusque dans, up into. Loin de, far from. Par dedans, inside, through the inside. Par dehors, by the outside. Par delà, beyond. Par dessous, under. Par dessus, over, above, on top of. Par devant, before, in front. Par rapport, with regard to, in relation to. Près de, near. Proche de, near. So those are the prepositions, both the simple ones and the more complex one, where they're like little phrases. So this is for other use of prepositions, see the following below. For the use of après with the past infinitive, etc. So the preposition is an invariable part of speech, but important. So if you come to me, I'll you can purchase a book that you require for your study, because these books are like like the Bible for religion. You don't know it all, but slowly you sort of pick up on it. Okay, and after this, there's the review of the prepositions, and basically that's it. That's it with prepositions. I've been concentrating on this for quite a while, and we've done quite a lot. The prepositions was a very big study as well, because it had so many variations. Okay, so that's it. Once you've done it, you then have to review it on a regular basis. So that's it. I promised you I would show you the list. Here it is. We'll read just the French together. Okay? Here we are. À, après, avant, avec, chez, contre, dans, de, depuis, derrière, devant, durant, en, entre, envers, hors de, jusque, malgré, par, parmi, pendant, pour, près, sans, sauf, selon, sous, suivant, sur, vers. And then these are the, principal preposition locutions. À cause de, à côté de, afin de, à force de, à la mode de, à l'exception de, à l'exclusion de, à moins de, à raison de, à travers, au-dedans, au dehors de, au-delà de, au-dessus de, au-dessus de, au lieu de, au milieu de, auprès de. And then it continues. The next page, you'll get autour de, aux environs de, d'après, de façon à, de manière à, de peur de, en bas de, en dedans de, en dehors de, en dépit de, en face de, en haut de, en raison de, grâce à, hors de, jusqu'à, jusque dans, loin de, par dedans, par dehors, par delà, par dessous, par dessus, par devant, par rapport à, près de, proche de, etc., etc., etc. Okay? So then you've got the review of the exercises here. You've got a lot of exercises. Again, having the book is an important part of, lucky me. I'm not sure whether I don't think I hit the finish button. Teresa, if you're on, can you say that I'm still on? Because I think did I hit the finish button? I'm not sure. No, I didn't. Okay, well, that's done. The next one. Well, if someone else comes on, then I know that I'm still here. All right, the next lot is, we always do le compte sympathique, okay? So I'm going to read from here, compte sympathique, and it's, today's, it's une histoire très terrifiante. Here we go. Here we go. Maybe before I start, I'm still not quite sure whether I'm on or not, because, but it didn't. It's still all right. Okay, let's go. David Livingstone était l'explorateur écossais qui a cherché à pénétrer l'Afrique inconnue. So David Livingstone is the Scottish explorer who tried to penetrate the unknown parts of Africa. We're talking about the colonization of Africa by the European countries in the 19th century. Il était le premier homme à ouvrir les continents noirs à la civilisation européenne. So he was the first one of the Europeans to open up these areas of Africa. Okay? La région est devenue plus tard un territoire français. So, but later, this particular region became a French colony. L'histoire des aventures de Livingstone dans l'Afrique centrale montre le courage et la modestie de cet homme extraordinaire. So, the history of the adventures of Livingstone in Africa, in Central Africa, shows the courage and the humbleness of this extraordinary man. See, that's the way you can tell the story. Livingstone aimait faire des promenades avec ses enfants quand il était chez lui en Écosse. Livingstone used to like to walk with his children when he was in Scotland. Il leur parlait des plantes, des oiseaux et des insectes qu'il observait. So he spoke to them about the birds, the plants, and what else? The oiseaux of the insects that he had observed in Africa. De temps en temps, il disparaissait. De temps en temps, il disparaissait. From time to time, he would reflect on what he had experienced. Les enfants cherchaient partout, mais en vain. But the children were looking for those plants, etc., but in vain. Soudain, il s'allongeait vers eux avec un rougissement terrible. So occasionally he would throw himself, he would growl like a lion, whatever. Avec un rugissement terrible. Les enfants demandaient toujours qu'il raconte comment il avait failli mourir quand un lion l'attaquait. So the children asked him, how did you survive when the lion attacked you? Livingstone était allé à la chasse aux lions dans le pays qui est maintenant la Zambie. So Livingstone had gone to hunt the lions in the country that they are called Zambia. Les Africains croyaient que le lion était une sorcière déguisée et ils ne voulaient pas le tuer. So the local people thought that the lion was like a witch and you shouldn't try to kill them. Livingstone avait aperçu un lion derrière un buisson sur une rocheur. So Livingstone saw a lion behind a bush. Il a pris son fusil et il a tiré. He took his gun and he shot him. C'était un vieux fusil, donc il fallait 2 ou 3 minutes pour le recharger. So because it was one of those old guns, he had to recharge it. It took a couple of minutes. Ensuite, le chasseur avait besoin d'aide. So the hunter was in need of help. Un cri terrifiant l'a fait regarder en haut. A terrifying growl came on high. Il voyait bondir sur lui le lion blessé. So the lion that had been wounded fell on him. Livingstone est tombé par terre, le lion au-dessus de lui. Livingstone fell to the ground with the lion on top of him. Il sentait l'odeur de l'animal. He felt the smell of the animal. Tout s'est passé comme dans un cauchemar. It was like a nightmare. Il ne sentait ni douleur ni peur. He didn't feel neither pain nor fear. L'air était plein de rugissements du lion. And the lion roared. Livingstone essayait de se libérer du lion, so he tried to free himself of the lion. L'animal s'était levé un instant, puis il est tombé par terre mort. So the animal got up for an instant, and then it fell dead to the ground. Pour la première fois, l'explorateur a appris ce que c'était que la peur. For the first time, the explorer felt fear. For the first time ever. Cet homme si brave qu'il ait été devant les terreurs de la jungle ne se sentait pas à l'aise dans une foule de gens. Une fois, sa femme l'accompagnait à un rendez-vous chez un éditeur à Londres. Le taxi s'est arrêté à cause d'un embouteillage. La confusion régnait, les klaxons, le gruissement des freins, les injures, quand quelqu'un a crié. Embouteille, trafic. Regardez, voilà Livingstone, l'explorateur de l'Afrique. On a entouré le taxi en comblant le passager de félicitations, de questions, de demandes d'autographes. So he went to London with his wife and catching a taxi, and there was traffic. There was a lot of traffic there, and his voiture had to stop, and people around said, "Oh, that's Livingstone, the explorer." His picture was in the paper, of course. On a entouré le taxi en comblant les passages de félicitations. So they wanted to know all about his exploits. Livingstone, tout à fait énervé maintenant, a saisi la main de sa femme et ils ont échappé par la portière vers un autre taxi. So he took his wife's hands and he ran off by getting out of the car doors at the back. Où voulez-vous aller, monsieur? A demandé le nouveau chauffeur. So the new taxi driver said, "Where do you want to go, sir? Doesn't matter where, as long as you get away from here fast." La femme de Livingstone riait. So Livingstone's wife laughed. Voilà l'explorateur qui n'avait pas peur des animaux sauvages. He was the man who wasn't afraid of savage animals, but qui avait peur maintenant, but who was afraid at the moment of a crowd that admired him so much in London. Sounds like Diana in Paris. And also the royal family in general gets this if they're very popular, and also our big stars. So that's it. That's fantastic. And this time, for the first time, what I've done, for the first time, I've actually read the story and summarized it or translated it as I went along. So that's the sort of thing that once you got your words under control, your word bank, you can do that. Your reading becomes very easy in the other language. And in fact, that was the reason why people studied Latin and ancient Greek in the universities of the early part of the 20th century and the 19th century, in order to access the writings of the past. So that's it for there. What do we do after this? I have neglected something very important. I've said here, there. These are very important one-act plays that you should get from me, so that you can learn your French, you can practice your French. Next one. Well, I'm still alive. That's what they say. I'm not sure what's going on here. Sometimes, but anyway, I'm going to finish off and then I'll do French with a couple of songs. And of course, I'll do one from our dear friend Edith Piaf, whom we admire so much, and one from... should I do Caruso today? No, too long. I'll just do TomPadulaTV. Okay, so here we go. If you got your phone, look up the words for La Vie en Rose and then Tombe la neige. Okay, so here we go. Des yeux qui font bercer les miens, un rire qui se perd sur sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Des nuits d'amour à plus finir, un grand bonheur qui prend sa place, des ennuis, des chagrins s'effacent, heureux, heureux, à en mourir. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi, moi pour toi dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je t'aperçois, alors je sens dans moi mon cœur qui bat. La 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 la. Thank you, Tony Angelina. I thought I was off because I went to the corner of my screen on the phone. I thought I had hit the finish button, but thank you for coming on. That means I'm still on. And we're going to do now Tombe la neige. So if you got your phone, look up the words, the lyrics of the song. Oh my God. There you are. I've got a friend who's a singer. You know, he says, excuse me, I can't sing. My voice. I don't want to say that. What I want to do is just sing it. Tombe la neige, tu ne viendras pas ce soir. Tombe la neige, et mon cœur s'habille de noir. Ce soyeux cortège, tout en larmes blanches, l'oiseau sur la branche pleure le sortilège. Tu ne viendras pas ce soir, m'écrit mon désespoir. Mais tombe la neige, impassible manège. Tombe la neige, tu ne viendras pas ce soir. Tombe la neige, tout est blanc de désespoir, triste certitude, le froid et l'absence. Cet odieux silence, blanche solitude, tu ne viendras pas ce soir, m'écrit mon désespoir. Mais tombe la neige, impassible manège. Mais tombe la neige, impassible manège. Well, that's it for French. Now we're going to go to my Spanish. I'm learning Spanish, and therefore I'm continuing. Each week I give it some time, and it's important that you do the same with the language that you want to learn. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I want to learn Spanish. So I will start first with my word bank. The word bank. And I said I would do, we did the I last time, we're going to do the J and the K. And maybe a bit of the L. Okay? And before I start, of course, let's start with, the Spanish national anthem. No, I'm joking. The song that I know, Cuando caliente el sol. Cuando caliente el sol aquí en la playa, siento tu cuerpo vibrar cerca de mí. Es tu palpitar, es tu cara, es tu pelo, son tus besos, me estremezco cuando calienta el sol. Cuando calienta el sol aquí en la playa, siento tu cuerpo vibrar cerca de mí. Es tu palpitar, tu recuerdo, mi locura, mi delirio, me estremezco cuando calienta el sol. Love me with all your heart, that's all I want, love. Love me with all your heart, don't let it all. Just promise me this, that you'll give me all your kisses, every summer, every winter, every fall, cuando calienta el sol. Beautiful, isn't it? Word bank in Spanish. La chaqueta. That's the jacket. La chaqueta. La mermelada. That's, of course, jam. Enero. Febrero. That's January. Enero. El tarro is the jar. Joe is la mandíbula. La mandíbula. Jellyfish is la medusa. Jewels, the jewelers, you go to the jewelry shop. La joyería. La joyería. The J is not pronounced. Jewelry. Las joyas. Las joyas. Journey. El viaje. El viaje. Jag. Jara. Juice. El zumo. July. Julio. Julio Iglesias. His name is July. June, Junio. Jumper, el jersey. Jersey. If I miss a little bit, don't worry. I'm just going through the words. Keep, guardar. Guardar, to keep. Guardar. We're going to do the ending of the verbs eventually. Key, la lave. La lave is the key. La lave. Kidney, el riñón. El riñón is the kidney. Kind, la clase. Kind, I don't know. Kind, la clase. That doesn't look right, but anyway. King, el rey. La cocina is the kitchen. La rodilla is the knee. Las bragas, bragas, knickers or briefs, underpants, very short ones. Knife, el cuchillo, cuchillo is the knife. No affect is saber. Yo sabo, tu sabas, etc. To know a person is conocer. Yo conoce, whatever. Maria. Yo conoce Maria. Okay, we'll do a little bit more. Label, la etiqueta. That's the license. El encaje. El cae. Ladies, señores, señoras. The lamp is el cordero. A lamp is la lampara. Landlord is el propietario. Line is el camino. Language is el idioma. So language is called el idioma. El idioma de España. L'español. The language of Spain is Spanish. Large is grande. Last, último. Light is tarde. Laugh, reír. To laugh at someone. Laundry, la lavandería. lavatory, los servicios, lavatory paper, toilet paper, el papel higiénico, la ley, el rey, la ley, laxative, el laxante, lead, conducir, learn to, aprender, leather, la piel, el cuero, leave, to abandon, these are the verbs now, dejar, leave, to go out, salir, or go up, left, opposite, right, izquierdo, left luggage, la consigna, consigna, I'm not quite sure there, but anyway, that's it for this week in terms of the word bank. So after that, we want to do a bit of reading. Now, the reading part, I chose a very difficult book because I wanted to do a bit of the literature. You know, it's a challenge for us as, you know, people in the third age especially, to actually know something, the culture of Spain. And what's better than to open up to Spanish literature, which I have to do soon, because I don't know much about Spanish literature. Okay, los infantes azotan a sus esposas. I'm not sure whether we did this last week, but I think we didn't. No, we did not. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show it to you. Here we go. Because you can't find it. Unless you come here and say, I want to learn Spanish too. Pronto entonces siguieron su viaje a Carrión. En un robledal de corpos, cerca de una fuente, mandaron los infantes levantar su tienda. Por la mañana mandaron a todos los sirvientes que salieron delante porque querían quedarse solos con sus mujeres. No, I did that last week. So we're going to do now Las Cortes. That's the one we're going to do. Yes. Las Cortes. That's the one. The other one that I just read was for last week. This one is Las Cortes. Here we go. El Cid mandó a Muñoz Gustios con la queja de sus agravios al rey. Alfonso, al escucharlo, dijo: fui yo quien casó a sus hijas con los infantes de Carrión. Bien quisiera que esas bodas jamás se realizarán. Dile al Cid y sus vasallos que en 7 semanas se preparan. Haré cortes en Toledo. El rey citó a los nobles de Castilla, León, Carrión, Santiago, Galicia y Portugal a que vinieran si eran sus vasallos. Alfonso ordenó a los infantes que acudieran, ya que ellos no querían. En 7 semanas todos se juntaron en Toledo, excepto al Cid, quien tardó 5 días. Al verle al Cid, Alfonso se alegró de corazón. En la mano y en la cara el Cid la besó al rey. Se dirigieron entonces a Toledo. Al llegar al río Tajo, el Cid se excusó y se alojó en San Severando para velar. No quería cruzar el Tajo porque sospechaba traición y no estaba protegido por su escolta, que debía llegar el anochecer. Al amanecer, el Cid dio instrucciones a sus líderes que ocultasen sus trajes de armas debajo de sus ricas pieles. El Cid cubrió su propio traje de armas con una camisa de hilo que era blanca como el sol y una piel roja con bandas de oro. Ató su barba con un cordón por si acaso luchara, no le asirá de su larga barba. Al llegar a la sala de las cortes con sus líderes tan galantes, causaron admiración en todos los presentes. Well, that was an initial read. You need to read it again, of course, to really try to pick out the words. You know, I understood a bit of it, but not much. Okay, so that's the way it is. So, Las Cortes. Interesting. We should read the second time. Say, El Cid mandó a Muñoz Gucios con la queja de sus agravios el rey. Alfonso, al escucharlo, dijo, voy a quien, etc., etc. Okay, so that's where the practice comes in. And now I get back to me. So that's that one there. Now the next one that I said I would do is not this one here, not that one. We've done that one. Yeah. Okay. We're going to do a bit of grammar. Okay. And I'll get myself ready to give you more grammar when I start with Series 2 for French and Spanish, you know, for languages and cultures, because I will also do the occasional, it'll be a different Series 2, but similar to this anyway. Nouns, all Spanish nouns are either masculine or feminine. When you learn a noun, you must learn this as well. Many nouns end with an O, and these are nearly always masculine. So if we get the passage we've just read, as I see one. Anyway, let's, these are, you can look up this about the language, what you notice. Nouns ending with an A, are usually feminine. The word for the is el before masculine nouns and la before feminine nouns. So we get el libro, la casa, okay? If the noun is plural, the word for the is los before masculine and las before feminine nouns. Los libros, las casas. Spanish nouns ending with an A vowel have an S in the plural. Nouns ending with a consonant have ES. La flor, las flores. La casa, the house, las casas. Yeah, so I just checking up here. Possessive adjectives. The word you use for ma, you, this depends on whether the word that follows is masculine, feminine, or plural. So, the agreements. My is me. Yours is tu. His or her is su. Your or our polite is nuestros. nuestro, nuestras, nuestra, nuestros, nuestras. Yo, vuestro, vuestra, vuestros, vuestras. Their, su, sus, sus. Your pre-polite form does not change. Okay, these are some of the useful verbs. Yo soy, I am. Tú eres, you are. Él es, he is. Ella es, she is. Usted es, you are, polite form. Usted es. Nosotros somos. Yeah. So, you get the bits here, you know, that are a bit difficult. So, ellos son, ellas son, ustedes son. You got to remember that ustedes son is a polite form. But when you use estar, yo estoy, tú estás, él está, usted está, nosotros estamos, vosotros estáis, ellos están, ellas están, ustedes están. So that's that. Tener, yo tengo, tú tienes, él tiene. All you have to do, you know, is put the pronoun in front. So that's the way to do it. Okay, then the first conjugation verbs, hablar, is yo hablo, tú hablas, él o ellas habla, nosotros hablamos, vosotros habláis, o hablan. So you say, ellos hablan, ellas hablan. I'm hesitating because it's not coming to me this morning. Ir is to go. Yo voy, tú vas, él va. Vamos, vamos. Nosotros vamos. Vosotros vais, usted van. Usted van. And then vivo. Yo vivo, tú vives, ellos vive, ellas vive, vosotros vive. No, we, you plural. Ellos, él. No, él vive. Él vive. So, yo vivo, tú vives, él vive. Nosotros vivimos, vosotros vivís, and vosotros, vosotros. My God, it's so difficult. Ellos viven. Ellos is the word. Gosh, that was difficult today. But we also, do you remember the days of the week, the months of the year? I'm still struggling. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo. Amazing. You know, trying to remember these words, just impossible. But you got to keep going. That's the name of the game. Okay, let's go. Let's go with this one. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, September, September, that's what it is in English, October, November, December. Hard to remember those. Monday, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. Should be easy, shouldn't it, really? La primavera, el verano, el otoño, and el invierno. The months of the year. We said that enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, julio, yes. And then you got julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. Now if you get the brain going, we got enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. And that's, you get there. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. You got to do a bit of work. And then we've got here the colors. Negro, blanco, gris, color arena, marrón, amarillo, naranja, rosa, violeta, azul. That's the one that I forgot, azul. I always forget this particular color. Verde, oro, plata, oscura, claro. That's it for this one here. Parts of the body, that's because we did this ones as well, but you need to revise. La cabeza, el pelo, the hair. Los ojos, la nariz, la boca, las orejas, and then el cuello, el hombre, el hombro, shoulder, the shoulder, I didn't see that before. El codo, the elbow, el codo, the elbow. El hombro, the shoulder. So I really, what should I do here to make myself remember these? I've got to write them down. And let me see what I could do tomorrow. I could look up what I did and repeat them again. I suppose that's the way to do it, no? But if your brain is not functioning, doesn't matter what you do, you still have a bit of a problem. But, you know, now I said there were some songs here that we did from the Italian singers. A las puertas del sol. Let's see a bit of reading. Tenía un alma así límpida y pura que quizás por miedo a ti no he hecho nunca el amor. Buscaba las escalas más extrañas del mundo. En cambio se llegaba a ti por claros senderos. Y ahora que siento tu cuerpo cercano, en la oscuridad te pido levarme contigo. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he elevado junto a mí, y en la oscuridad soñaba tu mano ligera. Cada puerta que se abría me parecía primavera. What you can do here, you can look it up. Look up this one, a las puertas del sol, and you got the words there. Cada puerta que se abría me parecía primavera. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he levado junto a mí, te he levado junto a mí, te he levado junto a mí. ¿Qué me dices? ¿Qué sucede? Me dices que busco algo para vivir juntos, un gran jardín suspendido en el cielo y mis niños con los ojos pintados de amor. Entonces los pensamientos no son ilusiones. Entonces es justo cierto que yo estoy vilano. Estoy volando contigo. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he levado junto a mí y en la oscuridad soñaba. Y mano ligera, cada puerta que se abría me parecía primavera. Tu mano ligera, cada puerta que se abría me parecía primavera. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he levado junto a mí y en la oscuridad soñaba, tu mano ligera, cada puerta que se abría me parecía primavera. A las puertas del sol, a los confines del mar, cuántas veces con el pensamiento te he levado junto a mí, te he levado junto a mí. Te he levado junto a mí. Okay, that's enough. We want this one here. Yes. Well, that's it for another Friday. I hope you've enjoyed it. It gets a bit much for me too towards the end when I have to make that extra effort in order to say to myself, how much have you done for Spanish? And I feel a bit guilty not having made more progress. But that's the way it is with languages. You have to give it time. And you have to keep the fires burning inside. That's what we need. Okay, on that note, I'll look forward to seeing you again next Friday. All going well. In the meantime, adios from Tom Padula of TomPadulaTV on YouTube and Insegna Booksellers. And now, thank you for those people who come on, and I'm going to finish. Au revoir.